Hello comrades and welcome to Prague. Let's see how we're gonna start out these series. Well, firstly, we do have the large customs house with free railroad tracks and also free connections to roads. In regards to the railroad tracks, I will start building them firstly, so we have a plan of how they are going to look like. Moreover, what I'm gonna do is to make sure that I uncheck this active construction. Basically, I want everything paused until I am actually ready to do stuff. Also, pause the game. For whatever reason, it wasn't paused from the beginning. And let's check out a bit the lay of the land. We do have quite a lot of space around here to play with for a satellite or a beginning town. And in regards to distances, basically I want to build my city somewhere around 700 to 800 meters. The reasoning being is that we are going to plonk down some clothing factories, and as we can see, the clothing factories don't have that much pollution. One cloud equals 250 meters. Basically, we can place it nearby the city with very little problems. However, since we're playing on a general map, we are also going to need heating plants. These small ones might work, but because it's an early start DLC one, it won't support that many people, even in a general map. So we are going to go with a big one. The big one, as you can see, has 3.5 pollution stars. Basically, around 750 to 800-ish meters should be perfectly fine. So let's start by actually measuring it again and see where we are going to land. Somewhere around here should be fine, 955 meters. And we're gonna plonk down a road. Firstly, let me check that the settings are perfectly fine. Hard, lock according to year, serious. Okay, perfect. Everything is set up properly. Good. We started with the road over here. Now, if we're gonna actually come with the industries, they are going to be 524 meters-ish away from the border. Basically, we're gonna build the first industry as close as possible to the road so we can abuse the road system at the beginning. Okay, we have the city set up in place. Let's actually just move it a little bit more, just to make sure that everything is okay. Yes, 800 meters, good. Okay, let's delete the other road. And let's start with the railway. I'm gonna place somewhere around 350 meters. It should be fine. Basically, I know that the customs house has 120 meters. My maximum length train is 450. So this should be perfectly fine. There we go. Like this should be fine. And let's extend it a bit more from here. And these will be my main lines. Now, when it comes to loading the trains up with fuel, I'm going to go and build a coaling station. This is the 4-1. It's a bit too big from my point of view. A 2-1 should be perfectly fine in this scenario. And we're gonna place it somewhere around here-ish. Should be fine. There we go. And I don't want it connected to the free railroads. I placed it over here because although we have a shit ton of space, we're going to need to not prolong the distances too much. So what I'm going to grab over here is to build the roads a bit more. Something like this should be perfectly fine. And now, just leaving a little bit of space to have the signaling in place, I am going to extend just a bit the road over here. And in here, I'm gonna go from here should be fine. We're gonna check it out and make a straight track. This straight track will go into both directions like this. Afterwards, continuing like this in order to go to the coaling station over here. Basically, if I check the distances, this should be somewhere around 450 meters, hopefully. No, it doesn't seem like it is. So we're gonna need to move the coaling station even further back. In this case, somewhere around here should be fine. And we are gonna be golden. Now, at the beginning, in the first months, you will have some free construction leveling of the terrain without an excavator. That's why we are trying to pause the game as soon as possible. Now, the road system, let's check it out. We should be able to have the 400 meters that I want, 450 meters. Yes, this is perfect. Now, as you saw, the connection over here, I split it into two and also made this over here. Basically, what I want is for the line from here, when trains come from both directions, to have a bridge so they don't block the traffic around here. Theoretically, for the bridge, it would need a little bit more. Okay, let's just move this a bit more. There we go, like this, and move it somewhere around here. This should suffice. And this will give us, will 100% give us the railway that we desire. Good, let's confirm this. And now to do the bridges. I'm gonna start from here and move slightly upwards. 6 to 8 meters. 9 is too much, 8 should be perfectly fine. There we go, and we're gonna cross it here as strong as possible. And now coming back down and then connecting it over here. Too sharp of a turn. Okay, no problems. This should be fine. There we go. Now we're gonna need to connect for the other direction. Let's confirm everything we've built until now. And let's see how we're gonna do the other direction. I'm gonna move it to a higher area, 9, around 17. There we go. And start from somewhere around here should be fine. And coming like this. If not, let's move it a bit further. If needed, I can disable F4. Too high. Let's actually start it from here and make it at least to 9. There we go. 9 should be fine, and move it like this. Instead of disabling F4, you can also hold Shift and it will work the same. Let's make sure we are here. And then come through here. Let's see, can we do it a bit cheaper? So here would be 38 tons of steel. If we're gonna go until here, let's see the height needed. Quite a long height. Okay, so we're gonna need to go through here. This is not quite the best way to do it, but it is a way. Actually, let's see, can we start on this area over here? Nine meters, 8, there we go. Around here, and then here we go. Perfect. Let's also make sure that the curvature is correct. Come on. Gonna go to 12. And there we go. Perfect. And then let's see, can we go further down? This is the maximum we can go down. That's perfect. So we're gonna delete this rail bridge over here and rebuild it going down. There we go, and simply connect it to the area here. Perfect. On this side, I don't want that huge of a steep incline. Well, I want a steep incline that won't cost that much steel. Somewhere around here should be perfectly fine. There we go. And then connect it over here. Perfect. This is called a non-blocking intersection. Basically, the trains will either go this direction or go in or come from this area over here, or they just pass over it. Basically, this enables us to actually ignore the recommendation from my train guide. Basically, you don't need to put the signaling the length of your trains. This will allow you to not care at all about the length of the trains, be it huge or small. Now let's remove this bit over here and then connect it here. Perfect. We do have the pass through here. We should be fine now. Good. We have the railing in place. Let's build now the roads themselves. As mentioned, we're going to come like this and have a gravel road going over here. Good. We have the city limits over there. Let's handle the heating. Let's grab a huge heating plant. Move the road so it's in the direction closest to this road over here, and place it somewhere around here. Should be perfectly fine. And let's build a gravel road to it. Good. Apart from this, I am going to go against my guide because this is an early start, and also because I am planning to move the industry later down the line somewhere around here or somewhere around here. For now, we are going to need to balance out the cash that we're gonna take to build the first city with some resources. Therefore, I will create a clothing industry awfully close to the border. This will allow us to import all of the grain that we're gonna need via trucks with absolutely no issues. We're gonna need roughly 4 trucks per per workday, sorry. And also we can export the clothes. Let's check out a bit. The warehouse over here stores 7.5 tons of clothes. The fabric factory stores 32 tons of crops and produces 10 tons of fabric. The problem I'm having with this is that the warehouse import for fabric is too low. Therefore, we are going to need an external warehouse. Before doing that, let's also check over here the cover tools, how they are looking like. So 4 tons, 3.2, 1.2. So the Russo Bolt will have the 4 tons that we're gonna need. And later, I think next year, we are going to also unlock the other YA6, which should be able to get more stuff. Good. With that out of the way, we do know that we're gonna need a warehouse. So let's build one over here. Where are the warehouses? There we go. And let's go with a decent one. 1,337. Let's check the worth of it. Because the distance is short and we're gonna just produce clothing, I can freely go with one of these. Interestingly, it also has a train connection, which is actually playing in our favor. Let's see, it has 3 connections. How are we going to handle this? Okay, I think I do have a plan. Let's see. Let's firstly plonk down the fabric industry. Somewhere around here should... Actually, no. We're gonna come around here should be fine. And then the warehouse in a way where we do not block the rail. Something like this should be good. And then 2 clothing factories. One in this direction. Let's see, can we place it like this so we don't have that much spacing? There we go. And another clothing factory on this side. Let's flip it around and see if it can connect directly. Yes, it can. There we go. And basically this will give us the opportunity to not have blocking connections. And most likely we are going to also plonk down a bus station around here. Let's check around where we can actually place it. If we're gonna plonk it over here, we should be able to create roads until there. Let's see it in action. And let's start with a gravel road. And if I'm not mistaken, the road system, yep, It should be here. Good. Now, will they be able to reach everything? Yes, they will. The only thing remaining to connect is the fabric factory, which should be simple enough. Good. I'm also going to cross connect like this, so the the building trucks will have access to everything. And then grab my gravel road and come like this. We can also actually make it a double roadway, and this means that we are not going to actually, yeah, we're gonna leave this in place so we do have access over there, basically to deliver the coal. And we also have access to build, if necessary, a coal storage here, but it should not be needed. Okay, good. The clothing factories, as I've mentioned, they don't pollute that much, right? Yes, they don't. So I don't care that much about the distance to the city. However, what I care about... Oh, by the way, did we connect the fabric factory yet? No, we did not. And it's coming through here. Okay. Let's do it like this. And then do a connection over there. We don't want to overpopulate the main road over there. And simply go with the connection back over here. Good, this should still have access to everything. Yes, it does. Perfect. We're gonna also put the garbage soon, but that's for slightly later. Let's see. Over here, the city. I'm gonna come like this, and then simply put it like this. Good. Okay, I want a 600-ish or 400-ish meter city, so somewhere around here, 495 should be fine. But before that, let's just extend the tracks a bit, so we have an idea. Okay, now I don't want to come parallel to the tracks, because if I do come parallel to the tracks, then I won't be able to cross the tracks on the other side, and I don't want that to be happening. So instead, I will build up until here to still have access to cross the tracks. This should be enough distance. Yes, as you can see, it works. Good. So let's make a straight road and then connect it over here, even if it's rounded a bit. Okay, cool. Let's see, on this side, 392, we still need a little bit more. Something like this should be okay. And let's just go with this. 400 meters should be fine for a starting city. There we go. And basically I will move the entry point in the middle over here and split the area into multiple regions. Basically 4 regions should be fine. If it was bigger, I would have split it into more. Now, to avoid over here problems, I'm just gonna remove this road and reconnect it back with a gravel road starting from here up until here. There we go. And also let's not forget to connect these. Good. this should also, in theory, allow us to place a garbage container somewhere around here. Let's see, does it fit? Almost close, but no cigar. Let's try to move the roads a little bit closer by actually firstly placing the garbage container somewhere around here. I do notice that it's at maximum over there. Let's see if we can increase slightly the range. We're gonna see. Whoops, wrong one. I want a gravel road over here. There we go. And also a road coming from the big stand. Let's see, does it have access? Theoretically, it's 79 meters. It should have access. Let's see, do we have? No, only after building we're gonna see. Let's replace it and just make sure that it does connect to both. I do see 87 meters over there. It should be fine. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It should be okay. Good. So we have it covered over there. We need to cover the fabric factory, which we're gonna do over here by placing one here. Should be fine. And theoretically, it should also extend to the heating plant. It's 159 meters. Okay, it won't extend. Now, because the bus line is so close, we can actually remove this connection, remove the road from here, and move the garbage line on the other side. Something like this should be fine. Now let's re-grab our gravel road. Perfect. Now it should be able to... Nope, not yet. God damn it. How can we shortcut this? Basically, I'm looking to a maximum of 125 meters, which doesn't quite happen at the moment. Let's go again on the other side and push the pedestrian path as close as possible to it. Something like this. And the waste on this side. It might be a bug because it doesn't display it. Let's just confirm all of the roads and let's see now. I'm gonna go on gut feeling and state that it should be working just perfectly fine. The roadway should cover the area. We're gonna see once we are building it. If not, at worst, we're gonna also add one over here. Good. In regards to the road going to the cargo station, we're gonna have it like this. Perfect. So we have our roadways. We're gonna need to upgrade a path over here, the one that we are going to be using for our initial town. And I think this path will be the best. We're gonna start down here and then move on the other side. Good. Let's start with buildings. what I love to do is to have an interior gravel footpath going the entire square. This basically will allow me to have all the passengers having optimal range. But before doing that, let's also pre-select a bus station. We're going to go with a big bus platform. This one should be good. And as you can see, it has unidirectional connections. Basically, the buses will come through here and then exit over here, which is a great thing, since for over here we could make another gravel road connecting here and then the buses will enter over here. The only downside is that if we're gonna go through here, the buses will need to take a left side, which I'm willing to allow. Okay, but this will also mean that we're gonna need to change our road system. Basically, we're no longer going to need this one, and I'm gonna leave it suspended and focus on the one above. There we go. And we can just demolish this area and replace it with a gravel footpath, just so we remember where it was. There we go. This should be fine. Now, the bus platform, I'm purposefully leaving it unconnected to the road. This will help me build the road continuously over here and not require workforce. Later down the line, yes, it will require workforce, but it should be fine. Now, in regards to connections, we're gonna come with a connection over here, and I'm gonna leave it as close to the road as possible. We are going to also have a road connection going like this. Good. The next buildings that I'm going to plan for now is the food. Now, being a satellite city, I can go with grocery stores without any problems. The advantage here is that it has 7.5 tons of food. The disadvantage is that the citizens will not be able to properly pre-select the good grocery store if we have multiple ones nearby. So I'm gonna start with a grocery store on this side. And a small shopping center that only sells clothes and electronics. Let's see, which one should we go for? This one. The same nearby over here. I'm not going to connect the factories in here. I don't want to do it. And actually, I think it will be much better if we are going to place it on the outskirts of town. So something like this should be fine. Let's demolish this one. And place another one here. Good. We're gonna connect them later down the line. For now, I just want to do a really quick test connection just to make sure that I can also extend the roads. Okay, perfect. It does work. It should work over here too. There we go. Okay, good. It works. So let's delete these. And the road connections over here. It still remained a bit. Bonk and bonk. Okay. Still a single line over here. Good. Let's see what else we're gonna require. Well, the video currently is half an hour. So we should also start building all of these shenanigans. So let's actually do that. Let's grab over here a dirt road, just like this, and have it connected until here. Basically, the dirt road over here, the second dirt road that I've created, will allow me to have vehicles actually incoming. Now let's grab the construction offices, and we should be able to plonk them down over here. Perfect. Let's start with 3 on this side, a gas station. Basically, this is from where they're gonna refuel at the beginning. And then 3 more of these. Even this area over here will be temporary, so I do not care that much that it's not graveled road. So let's plonk down 1 here and 1 here. For now, I'm just gonna leave it as 5. I think, yeah, we have 7 in total. And there we go. We got all the roads connected. Good. Now, when it comes to roads, basically we're gonna need trucks and bulldozers to do our bidding. Therefore, let's go buy a bulldozer, or actually 2 of them. And we're gonna need to deliver fuel over there. Let's grab a free distribution office, and we might as well plonk it over here, should be fine. Let's also buy an oil tanker. This one should be fine. And for the first time, pause the game. Good. These should go there. Let's speed up the game a bit. Oh, great, it started raining. Perfect speed for vehicles. Good, now that this is over here, unload actually, 30% should be fine, and load from here only fuel. I know it's not necessary to actually checkbox the destination and this, but what I want to teach you is to train your brain to actually pre-select the stuff that you're going to sell or buy from the border. This way, if you're adding further trucks, you won't wake up with your customs house, actually with your vehicles in the distribution office, picking up clothing and delivering to a destination that you don't need clothing in, to a warehouse where you don't need clothing. It's just a redundant thing that you should learn. Good. The bulldozers will start loading up. The next thing that I'm gonna need is the dumpers. The dumpers, I'm going to place them a bit further down the line, and I'm gonna go with 4 of these. Let's go and tell them to go over there. Good. Now, one thing that I love is that I have shortcuts, construction offices for 2 and tools for 1 button and tools for measurement for 2 button. So I'm gonna go on 1 to have the construction offices. If you don't know how to assign things, just click whatever thing you want and then click to place it in place. Okay, assign construction office mode. Let's go for number 2 will be my road system. So I know the dumpers and the location here. Let's actually rename them. Perfect. Now we know every time we click, we're gonna know what the area will be. Good. Let's allow them to build the gravel road. Okay, good. I'm curious. I think I did. Yeah, I did assign it by accident. Okay, no biggie. We're gonna need to get to the heating plant. Therefore, it's perfectly fine for them to deliver gravel and start working on that one. But I also want to high priority on these. There we go. And let's assign this one to construction mode and go with this. Of course, there won't be any construction road over there yet. It's gonna be built soon-ish. And because we are at the beginning and we don't have workers or stuff like that, it's going to be fine to just speed up the game. What I'm noticing is that these guys do love to auto search, and I find it weird that theoretically they shouldn't have unpaused the construction by themselves. They didn't do it over here. I need to rewatch the recording. Did I accidentally tell them to do it? It's slightly weird. Well, it doesn't look like I did. I'm not sure why they were doing that. Okay, good. Yeah, it's like they're unpausing their own construction to continue working. This is interesting. Oh well, they are going to need to go there anyway, so I don't mind that much. Now for the big construction, the road over here. I'm gonna do a trick so they won't spend time on the roadway itself. Let's just demolish part of this road over here and then connect the two roadways in a single line. Basically, by doing this connection over here, the dumpers will not need to travel the extra distance, but they're gonna deliver the gravel up to here, and the entire road will be constructed until here. So let's unpause the game and see it in action. Oh, I did forget to assign. There we go. I haven't played on realistic settings for a long time, so the muscle memory did go off. Okay, great. While that is being built over there, let's discuss what will happen on this side of the fence. Well, the river. Firstly, we don't have any direct power connection from the large customs house. Therefore, we're gonna need to pull power from over here. The sad reality is that we're gonna need a roadway to go here and do the power connection. Also, based on the connections we got over here, the highest one that we have access to is the 8 megawatts one. It should be sufficient enough for the beginning, and also we're gonna upgrade it later down the line. I do know that you can directly start with medium voltage wires and pull them from here, but we're gonna need to cross a river, and getting all the medium voltage wires over here will take a lot longer. So let's also build a small dirt road going like this. So we go on the other side. Good. One more thing to cover. If we're gonna import stuff via ships, we're gonna need a lot of resources going well, actually, the height of the bridge matters for ships to go under it, or else they're gonna be blocked. Currently, for the first 40 years, I don't see a reasoning to do the ships yet. Therefore, I'm just gonna build a very basic bridge. That will be the cheapest to build. Let's see, if we're gonna go with this one, we're gonna need 600 tons of concrete, which is quite difficult to get. However, if we're gonna go with a brick, we are going to need just 275 tons. Just like this should be perfectly fine. And have a road system connected like this. Good. Also, the bridge itself, it's not that important to be built, because what we can do is pull the power directly from here, going like this, crossing the lake, and then directly connecting it here. There we go. We might as well build the power grid somewhere around here. Let's see, I want to check also something else. Do I want to ruin the surprise now or later? Only 600 megawatts, but the gas power plant covers more and it will be cheaper to import the oil. Okay, we're not going to create our own power yet, but we can prepare for it. So I'm gonna go with a high voltage switch priority and build it close-ish over here. Basically, because it's priority, it will allow me to set up that the industry here receives less power and the city gets focused. Okay, good. Let's continue our 8 megawatt range. Perfect. This should theoretically allow me to get the power, and we might as well increase it to 18 megawatts. Perfect. Now this is a single connection and they're gonna start building it from here. With the high voltage switch being placed in a single place, we're gonna need also a normal voltage switch like this, just for the power to pass. Basically, it's not a good idea from the game's perspective to connect two priority switches. We're gonna connect just one. So we're gonna leave one of these over here. Careful to not block the railroad here. And then we're gonna have yet another priority switch awfully nearby our city area here. So let's do just that. Somewhere around here will be good. And have the 8 megawatts wire coming through here and going directly here. Perfect. Now I will connect it to a power transformer, which will be placed awfully close, like this. And I'm just gonna pull the whole 8 megawatts power over here. We're not going to need to upgrade it later down the line. And we're gonna connect it with roads soon. Good. Let's allow everything to be built. As you can see, because I united this road in a single place, the trucks will deliver directly over there with absolutely no problems. Also, I'm not buying more vehicles than I need currently because next year we're unlocking a new set of vehicles, so 4 of them should be perfectly fine. And it looks like it's taking a long time to do it. By the way, let's confirm the changes. There we go. And let's just turbo speed the time. Okay, perfect. Let's assign the other 2 roads like this, and both of the trucks should be going over there. Good. We are also going to need now a gas station nearby our city, since it will have the distribution offices around here and stuff like that. And why not place another free one somewhere around here? Should be perfectly fine. And let's tell our little one to also deliver fuel over here for 30%. It's perfectly fine. The bulldozers are going extremely slow at the moment. Let's speed it up a bit. Yeah, the shaking. Okay, there we go. Okay, sure, soon should be done. Okay, and let's tell them to build that road too. And in the meantime, for the second bulldozer, let's tell him to focus on this. And why not start constructing the roads around here with lower priority. And this medium should be fine. Good, the trucks will deliver the gravel there, a bulldozer will go there. That guy was slightly confused, but that's okay. There we go. Let's grab a little bit more. And here we go. Good. The last thing is to also connect the footpath over here, so the bulldozer has a way of accessing it. And let's go with the next areas too. Did he finish? Yes, he did. Okay, perfect. Let's see the roadway over here. Of course, I completely forgot about it. And that's perfect that we noticed it now. Let's remove this area here. And here. And maybe move this just a tiny bit over. Like here should be fine in terms of roadways. We should be able, yep. And these two are also being able to be constructed by the bulldozers themselves. Good, so we have the bus platform. We're gonna need a location from where the buses will stop. I was thinking somewhere around here. Let's do just that right now. And basically a bus end station. We're gonna go with a large one. Let's see, can we place it? Yes, but we're gonna need a free excavator office. Okay, at least we do know that we're gonna need to place it somewhere around here. And once we get nearby to the area, we should be fine. Actually, is it within the range? It should be, right? Yes. Okay, good. Where are the excavators? Actually, we don't have excavators yet, so let's actually grab some excavators. I'm gonna disable auto search for excavators because I don't want them to to start constructing the gravel roads. That is only reserved for bulldozers and nothing more. Good, they're gonna fill up and then sit idle with absolutely no problems. Perfect. Let's see now, we should be able to actually build this bus end station over here. Perfect. Like this should be fine. And then connect a road here. Good. We're also being able to just select the road over there too and allow the trucks to move. Good, so now we're gonna let the game play for a little bit longer. And I notice my dumpers are sitting idle, so let's give them more commands and actually build all the necessary roadways. There we go, and they're gonna deliver gravel and asphalt wherever it's needed. And also snow started. Shouldn't be that big of a deal. There we go. Did they manage to finish the road system over here? Yes, they did. Let's now plan out the other things that we're gonna need. We do have the grocery store and small store around here. Let's also grab a clinic. And this one, I'm gonna place it inside on purpose. Let's see, this one should be perfectly fine. Somewhere around here. Basically, this clinic will handle both areas of the location here. Let's make a gravel pathway. Like this. And we can assign the road system here too. Perfect. We're gonna need cinemas and the rest of the things which can be placed within the city limits. Good. We have the pedestrian footpath built until here. Let's connect it like this. And now for a very, very unpopular opinion. I'm gonna place a garbage stand right near the clinic. Let's see where it will allow me to do it. I might as well do it on this side. As close as possible. There we go. And this garbage side, we're gonna place it just with hazardous waste. I know people recommend to do with big industry dumpers, but I don't see the reason, and I really want to test it out to see what happens if we're gonna place a small one. Because theoretically, the technical services won't have that much of a problem anymore. Also, as you saw, I did not plan any place to deliver this stuff for our city, because the range is not that high from the borders, and it would be more efficient to build the construction offices later down the line somewhere around here, so they can boost up the industry here. Okay, good. So let's see, they're gonna deliver gravel over there. Did they finish around here building all of the roads? Yes. Where's our trucks? Do they still have stuff to do? Yes, they do. That is perfect. And here too. Good. They don't require any workers. Well, this one will require workers, but that's perfectly fine from my point of view. Good. And let's let them construct stuff. There we go, and we are now in January. Well, in terms of progression, we did not progress that much, but we did explain my thought process on what buildings to do and how I'm gonna do them. Next time, we're gonna go and build city things and also continue buying more vehicles here. Well, until next time, thank you for watching. Thank you to my channel supporters. I'm the Honey Badger, and I'm out.